Welcome into the Jordy Culotta Show. Wave your hand out there, baby!
Shout out to the show.
She puts the pinky into the nostril. Man, look at that.
Healthy competition, there's nothing like it.
Y'all grow up.
The line's wrapped around the stadium.
Different strengths. I just lost a tooth.
It's going to be fun.
You know, we might have a story.
I love what you're doing.
Ogeron wants to take us fishing this afternoon.
Sharif, you play for the bad boys of the SEC, man. We don't apologize to anybody.
A lot of people are saying you're going to be wearing number 7.
I don't really know. I want to.
He look crazy, Bill. Good feet on the old man.
Definitely come back.
We'll be right back with the Jordy Culotta Show. Welcome into a Tuesday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet, just like we are every single day. Remember, for a great selection of brand new trucks, used trucks, jump on to Go Chevrolet's website, GEAUXchevrolet.com. They got a dealership down in Louisiana in Laplace, and they got a couple of dealerships, more than a couple. They got 4 dealerships up in Tennessee. So check them out online at GEAUXchevrolet.com. Metropolitan Health Group brings you our phone lines every single day, and we're going to talk to the Queen, Kim Mulkey, coming up here at 8 a.m. this morning as we'll talk to Coach about the win last night and what an environment. We had a chance to be a part of the record-breaking crowd last night as it was 15,157 officially last night, and that is the most since the Maravich Center has been reconfigured, and that happened back in 2005. It was an incredible atmosphere. We were able, as we said, Jordan's little basketball team, his 6th grade basketball team at Our Lady of Mercy. We put together a night at the Maravich Center, and they had a couple of teams in there that were just kind of taking in the night, but it was full capacity and an environment and an atmosphere that you rarely have seen, or at least it brought me back to some retro times in that building where you've seen so many great games and so many great environments and so many people that have packed that place on many a nights. But last night it was special, man, with Tennessee in town and a nationally televised audience. LSU took down the Volunteers 76-68. Alexis Morris with a career high last night. It was fun to watch her play in the open floor and finish at the rim. It was also cool to see Angel Reese, who only had 4 points and 4 boards at halftime, come out and battle for her double-double, her 21st straight double-double, as she finished the night with 18 points and 17 rebounds. Another part of the night that was very impressive was Flau'jae Johnson, who is a true freshman for LSU. Did not affect the stat line with things that are noticeable, but on the defensive end, she was checking a first-round pick for Tennessee and really battled for 4 quarters and stayed in it. And I thought Coach Mulkey's comments after the game were really telling on the assignment that Flau'jae that drew last night, that she drew last night as a true freshman, and was able to pass that test. I mean, she held Horford to 11 points last night, and like I said, she's a all-conference type player and a first-round pick coming up in the WNBA draft. So LSU now 21-0 and number 3 in the country. There were people out last night. I mean, it was almost a who's who of LSU that, think about any type of athlete, any type of executive committee member, the board of directors, the TAF board of directors, all were out last night inside the Maravich Center. The governor was there sitting alongside Kramer when they showed the governor on the Jumbotron. I mean, boos just started raining down on on the PMAC audience. It was pretty cool to see. It was fun to see just kind of how engaged the crowd was last night. The student section is and has created a home court advantage for LSU women's basketball that is much more fierce than what we've seen on the men's side, and it's a hell of an environment, man. I mean, what Coach Mulkey and her program and her roster has been able to create in a short time of being on campus is it's been so fun to watch. And last night I thought was kind of a culmination of all of it, of LSU's true arrival under Mulkey, right? I mean, like they are no longer, and they haven't been for a while, but it seems like it's official now. They're not sneaking up on anybody. LSU women's basketball is here to stay, and feels like it's turning into a powerhouse in front of our eyes, something that's gaining a lot of momentum. It was raucous in there last night. I mean, it was standing room only. We were on the third to last row in the Maravich Center up top. We were able to get a stack of general admission tickets to get the Jordan's teammates and friends and their family and siblings. I mean, it was the entire Our Lady of Mercy 6th grade program, basketball program was there, and we were up top in one of the sections. And I mean, when you scanned around the Maravich Center, it was standing room only. I mean, it was the hottest ticket in Baton Rouge last night. And I know it had to look good on television for the people that didn't have a chance to make it over to campus. That had to look fantastic on TV just because of what it sounded, what it felt like, and, the game, the action. I mean, it was a back and forth game. It was a fantastic college basketball game. I mean, two very well-coached teams that were coming back and forth and knocking down shots and getting to the rim and playing good defense. I mean, it was, I thought, a very enjoyable, entertaining, and engaging game for everybody to stay involved in. So having a chance to be there was really cool. We stayed to the end, all 4 quarters. And like I said, I mean, the buzz that was there pregame, it was there in the last couple of seconds of last night's game. Even got a little neck thrown into the action. I mean, like, that was a very family-friendly crowd. Like, when you looked around, like I said, I mean, we took a 6th grade basketball team, but I mean, you scan around, I mean, like to your right and left, I mean, there's families, like young kids, and they thought they could get away with neck, I think, last night. But like I said, this student section that has been created inside women's basketball, I mean, it's a true home court advantage. I mean, it is like a true home court. When you come into the Maravich Center, you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with constant heckling, constant screaming, constant engaged crowd into the game. I mean, it's incredible to see what Mulkey has built in just a short time. I mean, LSU women's basketball last night, we were sitting in the belly of the beast. I mean, the thing is a monster. And I know that the championships and all of that stuff is not here yet. But I mean, it feels like it is a freight train running downhill. I mean, the momentum on LSU women's basketball last night, if you were there, I mean, there were people I ran into, that have just been longtime basketball fans, people that work at LSU. I mean, some of the people that worked at LSU, when they saw, you would see them kind of in the corridor walking. I mean, some of them had eyes just like, this is unreal. Lines wrapped around for the concession stand. I mean, it has turned into a black hole of money and debt over the last couple of, years to potential a big moneymaker. I got to be honest. I didn't know that they did parking passes. I mean, I showed up thinking we were going to be able to kind of like pull up and get a pretty good spot. I mean, the traffic felt almost like
A football game.
it was almost like 2 o'clock for a 7 o'clock kick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like a football type traffic and buzz out there. And I'm not like, like an hour or 2 hours before kickoff, but I mean, there was an issue getting to campus.
Coach, I was trying to get here to go to Mike Up, and I couldn't even get through Nicholson. Like, it was packed everywhere. Couldn't move. Like, traffic was at a standstill. So, LSU women's basketball, Coach.
It's a monster, man. It is a monster. I mean, we've told stories about running into Mulkey in public, how she kind of bullies people into getting tickets and making sure that people have season tickets and have bought tickets. And, I mean, all of that. To do that, first and foremost, to have that personality, you got to win. Like, if you're going to be pushy and you're going to be, telling people to pull their phone out and call the ticket office and log online and put your credit card information in and I'm not leaving until you do it. When they show up, you better give them a product that, makes it worthy of spending that ancillary income that they have options on, right? That's the thing that, I think we kind of forget about is that, I mean, for as good as women's basketball is, we all have options whether or not we want to be there on a Monday night at 6 o'clock after it's been raining all day and you're picking your kids up from school and they got to eat and all of these things that go into getting there for everyone. And 15,200 people were packed in that place last night and nobody left. It was incredible to see, man. Will Wade told a story yesterday on the Will Wade podcast. You got to go check it out. It's a part of FM Digital Media. We put it out every Monday over here. Coach Wade talks a lot about, what he's seeing right now in college basketball. We go back and forth on some games, but one of the conversations that we started a couple of weeks ago and have been continuing to grow on is building a program, right? Ultimately, he's going to get back into the game. He's going to get a job, and he's going to probably have to, take a smaller program and really build it up, win there, and then get back to the big stage. But, the processes of building a program and what goes into hiring a staff and building a recruiting department, evaluating talent, we're having those conversations yesterday. And before we got out of there, I asked him about Mulkey and, just kind of what he has seen in working alongside her for a year and the relationship that they kind of built along the way. And it was pretty cool to hear Coach Wade's point of view of Kim Mulkey, because I can tell you, in knowing both of them really well and having really cool relationships with both of them and the friends, as far as friendship and being able to cover their program and, having kind of open lines of communication with both of them through text messages, they love one another. Like, they are huge fans of each other. And when you sit and talk to them, you kind of get it. They're both very competitive, and they're both cold-blooded in the sense of their competition, right? So they both kind of like that about one another. And Wade would tell, so he got into telling a story yesterday about how Kim Mulkey came home from one of her games at LSU last year, and her mom had gone to the game, and she came home with a cup. Like, she had bought a drink at the game, and LSU had won, and Mulkey sees the cup that her mom brings home and goes ballistic because there's a football image on it. Like, they're promoting football at the LSU women's basketball games on the cups that they're selling at the concession stand. And she goes nuclear, goes nuts, sees Wade the next day, has the cup in hand, and says, "Can you believe this BS that they're selling this stuff at our games and they're not promoting?" And, like, goes up top, like, this is not going to stand. And, Wade, who loves a fight, right? I mean, like, he loves to kind of stir the pot, loves to kind of get things moving with controversy. was even like, whoa, Kim, like, I'm not taking that's your fight. Like, I got to pick and choose my battles. I don't give a damn about the cups. You know what I mean? But he was kind of detailing on just how, for a lack of a better term, psychotic she is about building a program. I mean, I have heard stories of, since she's been on campus, of things that she's just not going to deal with. And she's not going to settle for. And she doesn't like to hear the word no. And if you're going to have that personality and you're going to have that persona of, I'm going to get my stuff done, whether y'all tell me I can do it or not, then you better win. And in year 2, to be 21-0, with the team she's rolling out there, and they are absolutely getting better and improving within every week of the season. It's just, last night was incredible to be there, man. It was incredible to see the monster that this program has become, and you get that feeling being in there that they're just getting started. I mean, Angel Reese last night in the postgame kind of alluded like she was coming back. I mean, Mulkey kind of prodded her a little bit, like, what'd you say? And she kind of skipped past it, but I mean, she put it out there like, y'all got me thinking. And, it just, the potential of what next year's team could look like. But yeah, look, I'm not by any means punting on what this potential of this team could be. I mean, it feels like this team is national championship contenders without question, man. Make sure and hit that like button, share button, comment button. We appreciate you being here on this Tuesday morning. But that was fun to be. That was fun to see last night. That was fun to be a part of last night. I guess we didn't talk a lot about what went on the floor, just the atmosphere. But Alexis Morris played 39 minutes last night, had her career high as she had 31 points. She also grabbed 6 rebounds, a season high 6 steals, which it was fun to watch her in the open floor. I was barking at the 6th grade Our Lady of Mercy team all night long because she uses the backboard. She's so fundamentally sound. I was like, you see what happens when you use the backboard? She makes every layup.
I think they got a finger roll everything.
I mean,
huh?
like it is. She's smooth with the ball, man. I mean, she is. They're fun to watch. I mean, they are entertaining in the sense of the way they play the game. And like we said, Angel Reese kind of held in check for the first half, had 4 and 4 at halftime, which, a lot of people around us that were watching LSU for the first time or they're watching Angel Reese play for the first time were like, is this her? And in the second half, I mean, she just came out and dominated.
I mean, the steal, coast to coast.
Oh, the finish. Scoop layup.
Lick the fingers after.
Her jumper is so just smooth. But, I mean, the combination of Morris and Reese as far as, being kind of that dynamic of a perimeter block player, I mean, they've got 2 insane matchup problems for a lot of people when they're playing like they did last night. And like I said, coming in, and I can't wait to talk to Coach Mulkey about this because she was glowing. She was glowing about Flau'jae Johnson in the assignment that she drew last night, having to check a first-round pick for Tennessee, an all-conference player for Tennessee, and really kind of holding her in check. 11 points, and she didn't affect the stat line. I think when you pick it up and grab it and say, "Wow, she had a big night," but if you watch the game, you could see that was huge. In her development, her growth last night. That'll be a moment that she can always point towards in her freshman season and say, wow, that was a big moment for her to pass the test and kind of move on. It was good, man. It was awesome. It was great to be there, as I said, just to kind of take that all in, and really and truly can't wait to go back and be there for just good basketball and entertaining basketball. And Mulkey in herself is worth the price of admission. I mean, like her energy and the ability to be able to jump up and down in high heels. Like, I've got no experience, you know what I mean? But when you just watch it, you're like, how do you not snap your ankle? I mean, like.
Athlete coach.
Player. Athlete. I mean, like, she is, like, moving over there. Like, she's jumping up and down. She kind of runs a little bit sometimes on the sideline. She works the officials.
Oh my
I mean, like, works the officials. Even Kelly was like, she's about to get a technical. I'm like, look, it's going to take some balls to tee her up. Like, there's a lot of officials that look at her and they're kind of just like, I don't want to go here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do this. Like, coach, please. I mean, like, it's my third year on the whistle. Will you leave me alone? But, I mean, like, she works them to a point where at the end of the game, she gets the calls. I mean, she gets the calls. It is pretty impressive in that she knows her rope. And look, it is long. I mean, like, she's got a lot of leeway down there and being able to, and that looked like a pretty young crew. I don't know anything about the background of women college basketball officials, but you could see a couple of times last night. If that were 95% of the other coaches in the game, they probably get teed up. But she works them to a point where late in the game, she kind of gets what she wants, right? And I think that is, you hire that. You understand when you bring Kim Mulkey in that that's what you're getting. You're getting sideline respect from the game in just who she is, her reputation, her experience, her trophy case. You know, I mean, all that comes with her personality is what you get as LSU's head coach. And they are quickly turning in to one of the most intimidating, if not the most feared team that you would want to play. Nobody wants to come into that environment like that was last night. And with LSU potentially and probably going to host the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament, if you can create 65% in that, because you won't have the allotment of all the tickets and something like that, but something, you know, an environment that you can create in that type of tournament, I mean, that's a home court advantage. That is a true home court advantage that LSU women have in basketball. I mean, it is, it's going to be, I cannot wait for that South Carolina game. Super Bowl Sunday. South Carolina hosting LSU. Right now on track still to be the only two undefeated teams in college basketball, both ranked within the top three. Got personalities on both sidelines in Dawn Staley and Kim Mulkey. Got a little bit of history that's starting to build between these two, whether it's on the floor or on the recruiting trail or inside the press room. It's must-watch television, man. It is something that it's going to be must-watch TV. It's going to be incredible to see that game. Yes, Mark Cumbie, it's in Columbia, South Carolina. But like we've talked about for a couple of weeks, it's the most anticipated road basketball game in LSU women's history. Counting the Simone years, counting the Final Four years with Big Sill, all of that, I never remember a road regular season game being anticipated, talked about, and traveled to like this one is. It's building to be one of the great battles. We're going to talk to the head coach, the Queen, Coach Kim Mulkey, coming up here in about 35 minutes. She'll be here at 8 a.m., and we'll talk about last night's atmosphere and if that was kind of the culmination of what she was trying to build, at least from the interest standpoint. I don't know how you can create anything more of a monster than she has. Real quick, before we get to some of the other news concerning and around, nothing concerning, just around LSU, like 4 players named on All-American squads. I mean, I guess this team, man, that we've heard so hyped up, I guess all the buzz is true. I mean, it's impressive to see when you roll out some of these All-American lists, just LSU littered all over the place. I mean, they are everywhere, man. They got the name recognition. They got the superstars. They got the home run hitters. They got the big-time pitchers. I mean, this squad is loaded, man. But one of the stories that we have not covered and didn't talk about kind of got washed up in the weekend dump of news, but is a huge story, is that the Atlanta Falcons hired Ryan Nielsen as their defensive coordinator on Friday. So it was kind of a Friday afternoon news dump that this kind of got washed up in. But Ryan Nielsen is one of the hottest names inside of the Saints franchise. Somebody that they have actively protected from other jobs in the past. Not just the LSU job. Not just the LSU job. They did him a huge favor there.
Yeah,
they did him a huge favor. Huge favor. Listen to Sean Payton on something like that, Ryan. Which he did.
Yeah.
Which he did. But Ryan Nielsen is somebody that just has a ton of respect within football, right? And somebody who, like I said, the Saints actively were protecting at times, whether it was from the LSU job or whether it was from, trying to bar him from going other places in the league. And now to see him go in the NFC South to the hated team in the Atlanta Falcons, that's a sting, man. That's a shot. I mean, that's definitely something that's recoverable. I don't think that an assistant coach in the NFL is something that can swing the power of a conference or a division by any means. But you hate to trade within like that and lose a commodity like Nielsen to a rival like Atlanta. We've been banging on the Saints offense for a while. The Saints defense has been pretty good. I know at times they've cost them, but as far as the comparison goes, the defense has kind of been the identity of the franchise over the last couple of years since trying to get the offensive right, even across the last couple of Breeze years. But like I said, I'm not going to spend 30 minutes on Ryan Nielsen taking the defensive coordinator job with Atlanta, but that's a hit. That's something that we'll definitely pay attention to. Some other New Orleans news real quick. The Pelicans are on the road tonight in Denver. They're looking to stop an 8-game losing streak tonight. Nuggets right now lead the NBA in shooting from three-point land, and they are 25-10 right now in Western Conference games. Pelicans are 16-12 in the conference, and right now, as we said, struggling. They're 26-25 overall. They're 8th in the Western Conference standings. Right now, Denver is 34-16, and they sit first place in the Western Division. Western Division is wide open, though. The Western Conference is, I don't even know if LA's out of it at 13th. It's just Memphis and Denver at the top. They don't look impossible to beat. New Orleans right now just banged up, man. Just not healthy. Just kind of setbacks as far as their health goes, and they got to get off the schneid. Losers of 8 straight. It's a sucky locker room, in the sense of the morale is down. You hate to lose as much as they are, so hopefully they can find a win somewhere on the roster, and hopefully it's tonight at Denver. Remember, we're brought to you daily by City Cafe, citycafebr.net. citycafebr.net is where you can get them online. They've been in business for over 100 years. Where good friends go to meet, where good friends go to eat. citycafebr.net. citycafebr.net is where you can get in touch with them online. Stop in and see them on the corner of O'Neill and George O'Neill. They got daily lunch specials for you over there. They're changing it up for you every single day. They also got Sunday brunch, always char grilled oysters, char grilled oysters, and some fresh raw oysters. City Cafe, citycafebr.net, where good friends go to meet. We'll be back with more of the show. We're going to talk to Kim Mulkey coming up here in 30 minutes. We'll talk to her about last night's atmosphere. We'll talk to her about the upcoming schedule and what she saw from her true freshman last night, Flaugier, who drew a pretty tough defensive assignment against a potential WNBA first-round selection. We'll ask the queen, we'll ask the coach what she saw from her true freshman coming up here in about 30 minutes. Hit that like button, share button, comment button. We'll be back with you more. Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Thanks. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Question in that game. You're listening to the Jordy Culotta Show live on YouTube. Catch it every day, 7 to 9 a.m., wherever you have internet access.
Oh, my guy, the host of Mac and Cube.
You said you wanted me to close it out.
I listen to his pod every day on WJOX 94. I thought I was going to beat Charlie. I didn't. You were fantastic as always. Have a great call in Missouri. I'll see you soon, man.
Thanks, man. Good
Later.
talking to you, Jordy.
Always. There he is. Cole Kublik, the absolute best. Don't overthink it, ABC. When you move to a primetime slot and the SEC is getting that billing, make this man the color commentator. He's the absolute best.
Ooh, I mean, what a pro.
What a pro.
I remember telling them, hey, listen, my job here is to make sure that we bring, big time football to a small town environment, right? And so you see on movies sometimes about the way a town reacts to the football program and what it means to everybody. And that was the hopes and dreams that I had for the place. And so our kids take a distinct responsibility in wearing that Z on their helmet. It means a lot to them. And then on the flip side of that, our community does a tremendous job of supporting our program, supporting the athletic department, supporting our school as a whole. And there's really a great relationship there that's a lot of fun to be a part of.
Thank you for the access, man. Looking forward to tonight. We'll talk soon.
Coach, wait, before you go, fix your hair again one more time.
Look at him.
Let's go.
Yes.
Here.
Look at him.
What do you think about that?
Game day,
what do you
baby.
think about that?
Game day. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, man. Great to see you. Thank you.
You too, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.
All right, man. There he is. There he is. My guy. David Brewerton checking in. What does Harold Perkins do for this defense? What does he allow you guys to do?
Yeah, Perk, man, he's just so raw, man. Like, all he know how to do is make a play. But I love him. He brings a certain type of juice to the defense, and he's right alongside of me on the edge. He knows how to rush the edge. As a young guy, that's very valuable to the defense, being able to rush the edge, making the quarterback step up. But yeah, they put him everywhere, middle linebacker, outside rusher, maybe sometimes he's going to be in the drop. So he's very versatile for our defense.
Built it. All right, welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet, live here on this Tuesday morning. Make sure to hit that like button, share button, comment button, if you don't mind, for us as we continue to grow our platform and grow our numbers. Make sure and hit us on social media. Easiest way to find us is at Culotta Show. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, we appreciate that. Some of you have been asking about the schedule and what we have kind of going on. You know, that's what we believe is kind of the beautiful thing about this platform, is that when times get a little slow, that we don't have to stretch it to 2 hours and maybe talk about some things that may not be front page news. Now, if we've got the full crew here, we may be able to squeeze some segments out that may not be all centered around sports, but for the most part, during some of these slow times, we may not make it to 9 a.m. every single morning, but we are going to give you the content that everybody's talking about and some of the buzz of what's going on around sports here in South Louisiana, just like we do every single day. So we appreciate you being with us, as always. Appreciate you supporting our sponsors, supporting the show, and what we have going on over at FM Digital Media. Some very exciting times going on as we are continuing to grow with whether it be new shows like the Will Wade podcast or Shay Dixon and what he's doing in his recruiting hour, Nick Diaz and Out of My League. But we've also seen some things happening on our digital agency side of helping some of our clients with their digital marketing, whether it would be social media management, some website optimization type stuff, some search engine optimization. We've got a really good team of pros over here that we're starting to build and put together that can help you out with that stuff. So if that's something that your company needs, that you may need individually, get in touch with us. Jordy, Jordy, at fm.co. .co is the prefix of the, or excuse me, the suffix of the email. So make sure that it doesn't mess you up, but it's .co, Jordy, at EFFEMM.co. And EFFM is, if you want to just kind of think of it, it's EFFEMM, but it's 2 E's, 2 F's, 2 M's, EFFEMM.co. So you can reach any of us, Jordy, Katie, Stewie, all at FM website, or excuse me, email. About anything that you may be looking for. All right, so the All-American squads, preseason All-American squads, came here for are starting to come up and pop up, right, here in the preseason. And as I've told you on this, a lot of trusted people have come through the studio, have talked to them. I ran into Doug Thompson over the weekend. Thompson is somebody that, I trust as much as anyone with his baseball takes. And just the talent that is on this team is something that even this program, even LSU's program, has rarely seen. I mean, the 97 team, the team that Doug was on, was just dripping with talent, right? Those Todd Walker and Russ Johnson years, 92 even, a 92 team that did not do well in Omaha, went back in 93 and swept through Omaha. They were loaded, right? Even like the 89 team, they've had just players every single year, obviously, with the success that the program has had. And even like Mikey and Jared's team, was stacked. Guys that are still playing in the bigs. Guys like DJ LeMahieu, who were on that team. Austin Nola, who's still playing in the bigs. They still got guys that are contributing at a high level, on the elite level. And this squad going into the year, at least. Now, again, nothing proven on the field other than what they've done up to this point. And up to this point, look, man, every preseason All-America selection, including Baseball America magazine, has named Dylan Cruz, Paul Skeens, Tommy Tanks, and Trey Morgan to All-American squads. Skeens and Cruz on the first team of Baseball America, and Morgan and White named to the second team. Baseball America annually polls major league teams to vote for its preseason All-American squad. So when you make that selection, that's the people at the highest level with betting on professional potential are looking at. So the Baseball America preseason poll has been a predictor of both first-round draft talent and team success since it has been up and operating. LSU leads the nation with 4 All-America selections on the 2023 Baseball America squad. I mean, man, on paper, this team is stacked. And you're hearing some tales come out of Alec Box Stadium here in the offseason or through some of the fall ball scrimmages and some of the things that they got going on, of some of the things that are happening specifically about these guys. I mean, the things that I've heard about Paul Skeens and what he can do on the mound, at the plate, defensively in the field. I'm trying to think, has LSU ever had a player like that?
Not that I can think of.
I mean,
That could play. That could pitch.
But like, you're not even talking about pitching. Like, you're talking about like the ace on a staff that's loaded with first-round talent. And then you put a bat in his hand, and he's like third, fourth, or fifth on a team that is stacked with first-round talent. I mean, I'm serious. Has LSU, would it be Chad Jones? And they didn't even ask Jones to hit, but I mean, like, the tales of him hitting are legendary, and I've seen him hit in batting practice. Yeah. And it makes it look very, very easy. I mean, the ball just kind of like jumps out of the park. And then he picks up the ball and he's throwing curveballs that are making people duck out of the box.
I would have to say Chad Jones. I can't think of anybody else in LSU baseball history at the time that I've been watching that's anywhere close to this.
I mean, I have been a LSU baseball fan since 91, since Todd Walker and those guys were here. And Walker wasn't on the 91 team, I know, but he was on the 92 team, and that was his freshman year, and he was the best player in America. And I can never recall a guy that you could look at and say, you're the ace on the staff and you're the third hitter on the team.
I mean, Coach, listen to some of these trackman speeds, exit velos from the scrimmage yesterday. Tommy White, 113.6 miles an hour.
Dude, I heard Dylan Cruz hit one like on the 50, like hit one into the middle of Tiger Stadium.
Dylan Cruz is the next one, 109.4. He hit that ball 429 feet off the scoreboard. Like,
here's the only thing that scares me about this, and Spectrum Wellcare brings up a good point. Last year, Ben McDonald said habitually that the Tennessee Volunteers was the best team he had ever seen. It was the best team that had ever been put together. It was like an all-time team, and they didn't go to Omaha.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes me just look, man, I'm all in. I love having the big names. I love the Hollywood-type personalities. I love all of it. Bring all of it. But a lot of hype, a lot of attention very early on, and baseball is such a long season.
Yes.
Such a long year that you got to stack together. You got to make sure all these guys are right at the right time.
By May.
In a couple of months. That's the deal. Like, I have no problem believing that they are going to start the season on fire.
Oh God!
They're going to terrorize people.
And I think like they're chomping at the bit to get to it, like because of what happened last year. It was kind of like LSU was kind of like a joke almost. Like they had a new coach. Yeah. He was a weird West Coast dude making games go 4 hours because of his pitching decisions, all the other stuff, and people kind of like poured it on LSU last year. So They're chomping at it to get back and show people like, yeah, this is the real deal.
They got the squad on paper, man. I mean, the potential and listening, like we said, people who love it, talk about it all the time, and really are looking forward to it. This team they've got everything.
And
everything.
And Mikey said on Mic'd Up last night, he talked to a scout, not anybody in the baseball facility. He talked to a scout that was at the UL scrimmage. They scrimmaged for 20 innings or 15 innings or something like that, and they only gave up 2 runs in 15 innings.
Jeez.
And the lowest velocity from a pitcher was 93, and that was the kid from Vanderbilt, Christian Little, and he was coming off of arm surgery. And now he's up to 97.
It's fun, bro. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be.
I mean, it's gonna be awesome. I mean, if it all works out, I mean, everything like if they think about it, if they could go like wire to wire, #1 team in the country, and like just flex all season long. Yeah. The only thing about it is that the top other teams in the country are like in the SEC West.
You're gonna have to play.
It's not even about the SEC. Like, is there like the West? I mean, it's like State, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Arkansas. I mean, it's like, damn, bro.
Right.
I mean,
like, guess we'll just line it up then.
But I can't wait to watch it, man. Really and truly. Remember our friends over at Katie's Restaurant? Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, New Orleans. Katie's Restaurant down in Iberville, on Iberville Street, is where you can find them. Katie'sInMidCity.com is the website, as we always tell you. Great menu to choose from down there. Whatever you're looking for. We always tell you about the St. Louis style pizza, which is fantastic. But if you want to go grab, you're on the run and you need a salad, or if you're looking for an entree, man, they've got great meals over there. Something for everyone, really. You're looking for a little seafood, you're looking for hot plate, you're looking for a little flatbread or some crab cakes or some type of quick on-the-go type meal. Stop into Katie's in Mid-City. Katie's in Mid-City has been around since 1984 on Iberville Street. As we said, you can find them online at Katie'sInMidCity.com. Katie'sInMidCity.com is where you can find them online. And as we always tell you, it's a great place to go and experience New Orleans. If you're looking for the taste of New Orleans, if you're looking to get the feel of New Orleans, stop in and see Katie's in Mid-City. If you were there last night, let me know about your experience inside the Maravich Center, because I can tell you, like we were talking a lot about it to start the show and at the beginning of the first hour, what Coach Mulkey has created is, I mean, first off, it's an athletic department's dream, right? I mean, like you could see some of the execs walking around. I ran into 2 of them walking around, kind of the corridor of the Maravich Center last night. And I mean, they were walking on clouds, man.
Just giddy.
Hey, how are you? It's great to see you, man. Isn't this fantastic? Is this unbelievable? I mean, could you ever imagine this a couple of years ago with people waiting in the line at the concession stand? Is your social media team here tonight? Are they putting out some? I mean, we got to tell everybody about this, right? I mean, this is unreal. I was like, dude, this is amazing. I mean, this is unreal. I mean, this is
the images that came out. Coach,
oh
man,
just
like
dude, you'll see those images forever.
Never seen a PMAC like that ever.
I know, man.
I was at LSU for a long time.
I'm trying to think the last time I saw the PMAC. I mean, there was some Kentucky games that's been here over the recent years where it was filled up.
That Oklahoma game.
The Oklahoma game with Ben Simmons was filled up. I thought that Tennessee game on that Saturday at like 11 o'clock in the morning was a beautiful atmosphere where Javonte Smart went off that day.
Miss you, Willie.
But, I mean, like, they've had some, even like going back, like, I mean, I can still remember like Arizona coming in here, like early in the 2000s where it was still like it was raucous, man. I mean, it was still kind of had some Deaf Dome type vibes to it. But if you grew up in Baton Rouge like I did, like in the the Dale Brown 90s, the kind of the late 80s of Dale Brown. I mean, that place was like that every single night. Every night you'd go in there. They used to hang a noise meter from the ceiling, and it had like disco bulbs that would go up as you would get it louder, and then like it would like light up like a Deaf Dome type light if you could get it up to the top. And I mean, it was
they should try that
every
again.
single night. They should bring it back
because like they absolutely have the board to do it.
Yes, I mean, dude, that place was loud last night.
I saw it was
rocking, man. All right, the Carpool Queen has just walked in. We're going to reset real quick. She'll come through, and we'll be right back with the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet.
Quit bitching about Nick.
Donaldsonville Glass and Body, the trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Hey fellas, it's Jordy Culotta for my friends over at Men's Total Health. Guys, do you suffer from fatigue, decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, weight gain or loss of muscle mass, signs of depression, anxiety, hair loss, mental fog, general loss of interest? Then you might be suffering from low testosterone. Go see my friend Mike Roach and his great team over at Men's Total Health, over in Metairie at menstotalhealth.net online. And stop in and see how they can change your life today. A simple shot and some knowledge from Mike Roach can get you back up, moving with your energy, get your sex drive back, build your muscle mass, make you feel young again. All online, menstotalhealth.net. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz. I was embarrassed about my smile. Are you unhappy at yours? Do you not smile back at yourself? I called my friend, Dr. Spillers, over at Johnson Spillers. He fixed my smile, and now everywhere I go, people are complimenting it after the work that Dr. Spillers and the staff did to my mouth. They can do it to yours. Get in touch with them. JohnsonSpillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easy to find them, JohnsonSpillers.com.
Looking to book a dumpster but no idea how? We've made it quick and easy for you. Check out our website at moralesrolloffs.com. Let Morales Rolloffs know your desired delivery date, and finally, provide your contact details. To make payment, look out for an email invoice with all your booking details. On delivery day, our driver will notify you through text and email that your dumpster is ready and on the way. Now you know how easy and convenient it is. Call Morales Rolloffs at 225-427-0000 for your dumpster.
Hey Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go Mart and On The Go Deli.
Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
Don't let the name fool you. Men's Total Health has offerings for the ladies, too. Guys, is your wife or partner suffering from urinary incontinence, low sexual desire, or pain during sex? Then the O-Shot might be for her. Don't let it scare you. It's totally natural. It's PRP. And Mike Roach and the crew at Men's Total Health will make you as comfortable as you can be. Contact me for more information, Katie at JordyCulottaShow.com, and I'm happy to tell you everything that Men's Total Health has to offer for the ladies.
Are you looking for sound financial advice? Then get in touch with Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. You can call him today at 225-261-8262 or email him daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. If you're planning for retirement, saving for college for children or grandchildren, or just looking for sound investment opportunities, get in touch with Daniel today, 225-261-8262, located on Magnolia Square Drive in Central. Daniel Newman of Edward Jones.
All right, what a night for LSU women's basketball as they win versus Tennessee. It was their 21st straight win of the season. They are 21-0 after last night's 76-68 performance. Alexis Morris with a career high. Angel Reese with another double-double. And as we said in the opening of today's show, couldn't wait to talk to Coach Mulkey about Flau'jae Johnson's performance last night and the defensive assignment that she drew against a first-rounder from Tennessee, holding her to only 11 points. But we will start our conversation here this morning with the Queen after last night and what was an atmosphere and an environment that I think everybody will talk about for a long time. Coach, this is an atmosphere and a game that we've talked about for a minute. Did you anticipate when you showed up that you were going to walk into what you walked into last night? One of the most special environments I think LSU has produced.
You wouldn't believe, Jordy, how proud I was to walk in that environment. The people standing everywhere. There was not a seat to be had. It's been a long time coming. I've been told that by many, many LSU fans throughout the night. I haven't answered all of my text messages. I'm so proud and so happy for the players. But I'm happy for LSU. There are people from all over that state. There are fans that aren't even LSU fans that are sitting in those seats and buying those tickets. And it's just one game.
Sure.
But that's the kind of atmosphere that you hope all young athletes in college get to play in front of.
And look, Angel Reese's comments in the postgame talking about the atmosphere and what LSU meant to her, I thought was pretty telling as well. Take me to the game last night, Coach. And first off, Alexis Morris goes for her career high. Did you anticipate in the matchup that she was going to have as much success as she had last night?
No, but I sure have been waiting on it.
Yeah.
And everybody, what's wrong with Alexis? Nothing's wrong with Alexis. She shares the ball. She gives the ball to her teammates. She's running the show out there. But at any moment, Alexis Morris can do what she did last night, and she felt like she needed to do it. And just really, really proud of her. I thought she did a lot of good things for us on the defensive end that nobody even knows about, in the way that we guard Walker, her man, and how we wanted Alexis to crowd the paint area and help a freshman in Flau'jae, who was phenomenal last night on the defensive end and just really accepted the challenge of guarding that first-rounder Horston for them. And Flau'jae doesn't even probably know it today. That could have been her finest moment this year.
I was going to ask you about when did you come to terms that you were going to give her that assignment, and at what point during the game last night did you realize that you had made the right call? Because I agree with you. You can tell she took some strides last night.
Well, we had to make that decision. You know, we had a long week. We had a bye week. And so we've been talking about Tennessee every day for about 5 days. And you have to make those kind of decisions early. And you have to, motivate her. You have to make her understand you're going to get scored on. You're going to have things happen to you, but you cannot let it affect you on the other end of the floor. You come back the next time. And I just thought she grew up a lot last night.
Coach, I love the personality of your team, and I don't think that they deserve these technical fouls that are popping up. I see the way that you work the officials, and look, your team was in a physical match last night. What do you make of what's going on there? Is this something that? What's your thoughts on this?
I think taunting is the buzzword in official circles. I think they're very quick to tee you up if you're even close to looking at them wrong. I think Poa was teed up last night for clapping towards the girl and facing her. I would have to sit down and really just talk to an official and say some of the things, or ask, I should say, some of the things I need to ask, because I don't want to ever take passion away from our team. That's who we are. We play with a lot of passion. I mean, they challenge each other, and I love seeing Angel Reese love on Alexis in her own tough love way, and Alexis just go, I got you. And Flage, you have strong personalities on this team, and I won't let them cross the line. I will not let them cross the line, but I want you to go look at some plays in that game. I mean, Angel Reese gets body blocked to keep her off the board one time. I said, that looked like an offensive lineman blocking for a running back.
What about Thursday night? What's the turnaround like on such an emotional game last night? Then you got Georgia coming in on Thursday. How do you reset, refocus?
I spoke to him in the locker room afterwards about that. We're going to enjoy this victory for 24 hours. We're going to be smart how we use our legs and things on the court the next 2 days. We will be in the film room at 1:30 today. I'm not sure how much we will even do on the floor. You're going to see what I consider probably the best coach team in the SEC based on the talent that they had. New coach, brought her players with her from Central Florida. She had a dynasty at Central Florida. They they press you the entire game. They'll play you their matchup zone the entire game. And their losses, go look at them. They're close, a 3-point loss, a 4-point loss. I mean, they are tough-minded team, and we've got our hands full. You saw what the press did to us last night. We lost a double-figure lead because we didn't handle it. Well, we're getting ready to see it for the entire game Thursday.
Are you sick? Did you wake up under the weather?
Sounds like I've got a little nasal congestion, but nothing that'll keep me down.
What did you tell Angel Reese at halftime last night? She had 4 points and 4 boards. She ended up with 18 and 17.
I challenged her in a tough love way, and I said, Angel Reese, you hadn't even been in the paint to rebound. I get that we've got you on Rakia Jackson, who plays outside, but when a shot is taken, you need to fly in there and get boards. I said, you're the beast. If you want to be who you think you are and people think you are, you got to show up. And I think she did.
Rarely, I believe, that you would ever get caught in any type of moment from the experience that you have in the game, the sidelines that you have stood on, the games that you have played in. Did you take a moment last night and kind of look around and say, this is what I'm doing here? I mean, you have built this program, Coach, into a monster. Being in that arena last night was humbling. I'm telling you, as somebody who has followed that program, and to see where it has been just in 16 months under your direction. Do you feel that?
Jordy, I do feel it, but I know people, I just don't like the word I.
Sure.
I came back here because I felt the administration, I felt the state, I felt just people were hungry to like you said, get that PMAC rocking again. And you don't do this by yourself.
Sure.
You just don't. And our marketing people and our ticket sales people, I mean, we are working it over there. Now, winning helps for sure. Now, I get the greatest pleasure, and I said this when we won our first championship at Baylor. I get the greatest pleasure watching people just have this unbelievable love and look on their face and excitement. It makes me feel good. And I looked around that arena and just thought, I'm so happy for LSU. I'm so happy for the people in this arena. Certainly, I'm most happy for our program. But it's just something about it. It brings almost tears to your eyes when you see that student section. I didn't see this, but they said they threw powder up in the air before the game to create an atmosphere. They start doing their own chants, and then of course the band's got to cover it up because we really don't want everybody to hear that. But that's LSU. That's what they do, and it's fun, and it means a lot to our program, and certainly this is what I had hoped for when we got back here. And there's no way in the world that you would have ever thought, or I would have ever thought, it would have happened this fast.
Officially, 15,157 people last night dressed in all white for the whiteout were there to watch LSU defeat Tennessee 76-68. If you were there, it was awesome. I guarantee you it looked great on television too.
And to think that we really didn't sell any more tickets for 2 or 3 days this week because we said, no, we're going to wait and let the walk-ups have a chance to get in the building too. That's crazy. There was nowhere for people to sit, and I loved it.
21-0, 9-0 in conference play. Their next game is Thursday night with Georgia in town at the Maravich Center for a 7 o'clock tip-off. Coach, great job last night. Best of luck this week. We'll talk soon. Thank you. Get healthy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am. There's the Queen, Kim Mulkey, checking in after last night's win before Georgia's game coming up on Thursday. That conversation brought to you by RMB Builders, Rhett Bourgeois and his crew over at RMB, doing great work, custom design work. If you're looking to build your dream home, they can help you out. You can also hit them on Instagram if you'd like to shop their work before you decide on where you're going to go. Their Instagram does a great job of kind of showing off the quality of work, what they have going on, the types of projects that they're doing. So make sure and give them a like and share and comment on their Instagram as RMB Builders, proud supporter here of the Culotta Show. Katie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, doing good.
That was the largest crowd at the PMAC since the seating was reconfigured in 05-06.
That's right. That's right.
It was wild.
It was nuts, Katie.
I mean, that was wild.
What was your point of view? Where were you sitting? How was it?
We didn't finish basketball practice until 6, so we were late. And then I drove around for 20 minutes trying to park, and we were like, okay, there's something else going on campus tonight because there's no way that this is just for the women's basketball team.
Yes. Crazy.
But it was.
They had like buses out there.
It was
schools were
crazy.
Out there, yeah.
I mean, what an atmosphere. I mean,
she's created a monster.
She has.
And
the whiteout was super cool too.
It was great to see. I can't imagine how good that looked on television.
It looked great.
Yeah.
I was looking at it on my phone. It looked amazing. I mean, all the way up to the rafters.
It was
T-shirts.
awesome.
T-shirts. I mean, the whole thing was just super, super cool.
LSU is a women's basketball school now.
It clearly is.
They will definitely be known now for the program because, like we said, opening up, I mean, they're just getting started.
Yep.
They really are. I mean, next year's team and roster, at least on paper, I mean, it kind of feels almost a little LSU baseball-ish. You know what I mean? You're just like, geez, man.
When are they going to jump up to number 1?
If they beat South Carolina coming up here.
Yeah.
And then Stanford, why are they still in there at 21-2? At number 2.
What did they lose to South Carolina and
UConn?
UConn? I think their 2 losses are to UConn and to South Carolina. So I mean, they've got really quality losses,
right?
And I think LSU's a little knocked because of their schedule.
Yeah,
and not to say knocked, they're the number 3 team in the country, but I mean,
I
think ultimately that's why they can't jump.
Yeah,
but you can in
now.
Super Bowl Sunday
right.
if they go take care of business versus South Carolina.
Yeah.
That was an impressive win last night, though.
Yeah,
that was a really good win last night.
Really
I don't know
if it was a good game.
I don't know if the pollsters will agree with that, but I mean, Tennessee, as Coach Mulkey said in her post-game press conference last night, every good basketball team in the country and in the conference, Tennessee has played.
Yeah.
I mean, their record
good.
is indicative of that, and the way they play. They're a really well coached. They wouldn't go away.
No,
you know, like you thought that you had them kind of put in a corner, and they just kept coming back, and they'd hit shots, and they'd turn you over, and they'd play good defense, and they'd box you out. One thing about watching the women's game and compared to the men's game that I think is very refreshing and very gratifying is just how fundamental the game has stayed on that side. You know, I mean, even, you know, when you watch, you know, like a basic chest pass or a bounce pass or, you know, I mean, an overhead pass, things that you kind of teach in the fundamental of basketball. I mean, things have gotten so, you know, one hand push pass in the men's game or, you know, push ahead and throwing lobs and stuff that make it entertaining and fun, but you lose a little bit of the, you know, coming off of a screen, good pass, setting up a good jump shooter, stepping into a shot, rising up off the ground and just knocking down shots. And when you run into, you know, two well-coached, well-put-together, talented and skilled women's basketball teams like Tennessee and LSU were last night, and LSU specifically is every night, it's a really enjoyable game to watch.
It really
I mean, it's you can see things happening and developing and why they happened, and you know, especially watching it with a young group, with a young player, whether it's male or female. I think it's a great teaching component of how pure the game can stay, and really, if played at that level or just on that type of flow, how things can open up for you out there.
Well, Kim Mulkey herself is entertainment.
Yeah,
I mean,
she is.
I don't know if y'all checked out our Instagram.
They're jumping on the heels, dude.
Yeah, with Taylor
How do you
technique,
do
like
it?
the videos that he did, you got to stay on your toes. You got to stay on the balls of your feet to do that. But like, I watched that video, and y'all can find it on our Instagram. It's collabed with Taylor Technique, which his work is amazing. And he got the coolest shots of her just losing her mind out there, like the hair flying around, but then it goes like perfectly back into place. The outfit, like she is pure entertainment. She's amazing.
She is. She was, and like we were talking about. I mean, she works the officials.
She does.
I mean, like,
she does.
Works the officials. You can see, like, when there's a stop and play, like they're trying to not make eye contact with her.
Don't go
and
towards
at
the bench.
some point, like when there's a timeout on the floor, officials' spots on the floor are on each block and at the division line, like at half court. So you'll have one at half court and one standing at each block, kind of in front of each bench. So when the first horn blows, you can say, all right, you know, like, let's go, first horn, let's go, let's get back out. And whoever draws that assignment, you can see, I mean, they're just head down, just like hands behind the back, kind of just like, and she just is standing there.
Well, yeah, do you blame them?
Just glaring at them.
Don't
like,
make
as
eye contact.
soon as you make eye contact with me, you're screwed.
Yeah.
I'm coming over there.
I mean, and she just gets into this dramatic hand throwing, jumping, dancing around.
She's
where you're
beautifully
like,
terrifying.
oh my God.
That's all the time. Like, is she coming over here? Is she
I
coming
know,
over
it's
here?
like
Oh,
that.
shit, she's coming.
It takes me back to my young officiating, because I have been in those moments where you're like,
He's coming over here.
fuck, I don't want to go over there. I can't go over there right now. I
Nope,
can't go over there right now. Well, look who it is.
So what were you thinking on the...
So you do have a whistle. Kitty Allman, dude. The ghost of Kitty Allman that will haunt me forever. I ran into Coach Allman like a couple of months ago. He's like, you have to tell the story all the time about me.
Yes.
I mean, I got people on the golf course thinking that I'm still an asshole. I'm like, look,
You kind of
the
are.
shoe fits, Coach.
Got to put it on.
But the best, Kitty Allman, I love him.
What did you eat up in there last night? Did you get any of those crawfish
I
nachos?
did not. Will Wade put me on an assignment to make sure that there was basketball players on the cups from the marketing standpoint, because Coach Mulkey raised absolute hell last year after a game when her mom brought home a cup and they had a football image on the
that's
cup.
Weird.
Didn't last long. I was able to confirm with Wade they absolutely have women's basketball on the cup here. Schedules, images, whatever you need. But I did not eat the lines.
I didn't eat either.
The lines.
Yeah,
bro.
you couldn't do anything.
I mean, it was like I want to watch the game.
Yeah.
Which I would. A fragile pushback here. If you're going to have that type of interest and that type of demand, for a basketball program, then from LSU's standpoint, from the entertainment division, you got to be prepared. I mean, if you got into the line last night, you missed 6-7 minutes of action.
Yeah,
To me, as a ticket buying customer, that's not. Well, I'm not here to stand in the line and get a Coke. Like, you need to make this easy for me, so I want to come back out and go sit back in my chair and watch the game with my Coke and my nachos. Right?
They need to have people serve you like at Pell's games.
No, I mean, like
That's
this is not the NBA.
Yeah.
And they're not making NBA money every night that they're putting games on.
Still.
But they could open up a couple of more concession stands.
They could.
And they could give it a little bit more personnel in the concession stand so we can get the line moving.
They could.
You know what I mean? I would also have like people like walking in the line and like ringing people up.
Yeah, like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what
Let's
we need
keep
up
this.
there.
And there is there's a Chick-fil-A stop at the men's game.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know if there's one at the.
I don't know if it was there at the women's game.
But they don't
Don't
serve
let Mulkey know that.
They don't serve the spicy chicken sandwich. So I gotta,
That's
maybe
my
we should talk to
pleasure.
Mulkey. See if she can get it in there. She'll get it done.
Spicy. All in all, amazing.
Amazing.
Atmosphere. Just, it's exciting.
Amazing.
My
It is.
Mississippi friends still just rail on me. They hate Kim Mulkey.
I'm sure they do.
It's Kramer's mom to them.
I'm sure
That's
they
all
do.
it is.
Oh, sweet.
They hate Kramer's mom.
Oh, sweet. You mean nationally champ Kramer's mom?
Yes.
Tell them sucks for them.
I mean,
Yes.
because y'all wanted to be a women's basketball school for a while.
They're mad about baseball.
Oh.
This is baseball people that hated Kramer's mom.
Who's your daddy?
Yeah.
It sucks.
Well, are they more pissed about Mulkey or the Ole Miss title the year after y'all won?
Oh no, this has been going on for years. They hated Kramer's mom when he was playing here. Just her animation of the stands, just who she is.
No, I think she's easy to hate.
Yeah,
She
didn't
is.
LSU sweep Mississippi State when
Yeah,
Kramer was here?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Remember the full uniform?
Yeah, that's why she had to
outfit?
wear the uniform.
Yeah, no, I remember.
We'll never forget.
Yeah, tough.
Never forget.
You're in a bad spot, Katie.
I don't do any more betting with you, Jordy. I'm not sure.
Ofer.
I'm just not sure. I
Ofer.
might bet on the basketball game.
Oh, come on
upcoming.
now, Katie.
Might bet on that.
Which one?
The men's
I
at
wouldn't-
Mississippi State.
I wouldn't even waste my time betting that. Like
Saying.
that's stealing for you.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but we bet on that last year.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
LSU was better last year.
They were much better last year.
So-
they were a completely different team last
So
year.
you're
and I still bet.
She's trying to steal one, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I am.
She's just trying to steal a win. I understand. I get it.
I feel pretty confident that we will win that game. That Mississippi
All right.
State.
So do
will
I.
win that
Yeah. Double down on it. Make it the baseball
Right?
bet again.
What did you think about him playing neck?
Done there. Oh yeah, that's wild, huh?
Yeah, I mean, but they had to know. You can't tease them like that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, come on.
Anytime you dangle it out in front of them like that, bro.
It's gonna go to that level.
I mean, you could hear people when they started playing. People were like, ooh,
Yeah,
here we go.
And especially
Here we
the
go.
students, like the first note they hear of
No
Nick
doubt.
is
I
going
know.
straight
it
to
makes
that.
them go crazy. I didn't see the powder thing, but we were late, so I guess.
Yeah, that was kind of the pregame.
What did that do?
I mean, I
made
guess
it, like,
that's like kind of
hazy
like
in
the LeBron thing.
I've seen it like at high school games, like
Really?
when they first score the first bucket, the whole student section will throw up
Throws
like
powder. Okay.
Can you bet on women's basketball?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
When's that going to change?
That would be.
I just
I know a guy who
come
I know
on.
a guy who
yeah.
can get to
Right,
the bottom
that's
of
right.
it.
We're in the workplace, we're
I'm sure
voting.
somebody takes it somewhere.
I mean, we're
somebody
opening our
takes
own
the
checking
bets.
accounts. Like, let's vote on women's basketball.
Who's the guy for women's betting?
Jimmy Yacht.
Exactly. Who's
Jimmy
the
Yacht will
guy?
take he'll take a women's college basketball bet.
I'll take LSU plus 7.
right.
Hey, look.
Who do you want, Culotta? I guess just because the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it would be
too easy.
It'd probably be a racket there for a
It
minute.
would.
Like it'd
Who's
be-
UConn got?
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Give me $10 million on UConn.
Oh, Bear24 says yes, you can. I saw a bet posted last night. You can bet futures before the season. Okay.
No, I want prop bets. I
Right.
want the whole 9.
I know.
I want Angel Reese double every night.
I know,
Yeah,
well,
right.
Like I take that. I'm
Absolutely.
taking that
Yeah,
every
you're
day.
getting that
21-0 on that.
Cash
bet.
that ticket.
Every game.
Wow.
I'll take it.
She had 4 and 4 last night at the half.
Unbelievable.
We talked about LSU baseball preseason.
Yeah.
We talked about the Saints defensive coordinator.
Did you see the baseball stadium last night by any chance when you were leaving or arriving at the PMAC?
What, the lights on?
Yeah, all the lights were on and it was like misty, so hazy. I mean, it looked super cool.
I can't wait to see some of the pictures that came out of the Mariners Center last night.
I know.
I mean, I saw a boy walking around up there on the catwalk.
Oh,
he was
Taylor?
No, there was kind of the LSU marketing department.
Yeah.
I mean, they were getting their shots.
They were getting the shots, yeah.
They were getting their shots.
Yeah, they were putting them out. It looked good.
All right, so make sure to hit that like button, share button, comment button, as we appreciate you being here, as always, on this Tuesday. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 7 a.m. What's today? Tuesday.
Oh, wait, can we please shout out our Nyla Threads guy
Out of
for sending
my
us
league,
these
yeah,
shirts.
absolutely.
I mean, this is my Michael Jordan one.
I wore my Kevin
Specially
Falk
sent to me.
the other day.
The Falk is great.
The Falk and Rohan. The
Darius
goat
Days.
shirt. Yes, Jordy got Darius Days. He's amazing. He's so sweet to us. Go visit him at nylathreads.com or find him on Instagram at nylathreads, and you can still use the discount code Jordy20 to get your shirts. They're awesome. And they're comfort colors. They're comfortable. I love them.
Hit the like button, share button, comment button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m.